We accomplished a lot of goals last year. It was basically to make it to the playoffs and to be competitive in league. Went 3-2 in league, had a really good non-league run, won a lot of close games, which was good, and had a home bye game in the playoffs, and it didn't go as well as we thought. And we didn't really play that well that night, so we kind of got back to it this winter and spring, and we rededicated to what we were trying to get to. And I think part of it was that our goal was the playoffs, and maybe that was us coming up a little short as far as setting goals. So now we've readjusted our goals, and we think that we have the opportunity to win as many games as we can possibly. Right. I mean, I think that they learned last year that there were a lot of mental mistakes, and that comes with fatigue. And so we want to make sure that we were in shape and we were doing all the things that we should be doing in the off season. Zero period and first period, it's not so bad in the morning, so that's maybe mid 70s to low 80s, and so we get that lift in, and then they have a 6-7 hour break with school. But once they come out here, we just talk to them about making sure that they run in between the lines, get their conditioning in, and then make sure every rep counts. And we try to keep practices to an hour and 50 minutes or so. Make sure that they're competing on every rep, and we're not wasting any time, and that way we can get the most out of them every day. Obviously Hector Nava was a sophomore last year, played really well. We expect him to improve and make the offense go. Isaiah Ellis was a freshman tailback last year that we ended up having to bring up due to injury. He played extremely well as a freshman. And then offensive line-wise, Brandon Rose, Charles Finley, Abel Barajas. We have a lot of confidence in those guys up front. And then on the defense side of the ball, our entire front seven returns. Larry Duran at nose tackle is going to be a handful, strongest kid in the program. Fernando Leon's a 3-year varsity starter. All the linebackers, Jason Tao, Tristan Solis and Isaac Guzman, all those guys can play football really well. They run well and they understand the game, and they've all had a lot of time at the varsity level the last 2 years in the program. So we expect those guys to play extremely well at their positions. Hopefully, you coach the same way all the time. You expect the other team's best effort. Sometimes I think that when you're rebuilding a program, other teams sometimes can come in a little light. I don't think that the other coaching staffs do that on purpose, but I think it's just human nature, especially for teenage kids, to look across the line of scrimmage and look at records from last year and expect that that team not to be very competitive. And so last year we were the team that played tough all year, minimized mistakes, and maybe caught teams off guard for a couple quarters, which kept us in games. This year, there's not going to be sneaking up on anybody. The league knows who we are, but really it's the non-league which will be the big difference. Redwood's Coach Sharton is there now, and he's going to do some great things there. Golden West has been in the finals the last 2 years, so they can play good football. Hanford has athletes, a Division I baseball player who plays quarterback, so we expect his best effort. And then you still got to go try to win a football game against Dinuba, who's been winning for 10+ years. So our non-league really lines up pretty tough. A lot of those teams are Division II teams that are playoff bound, and so we're really going to have to play well again in order to attempt to be in those games late and have a chance to win.